I see you upgraded from the bat. Is that how you to kill a monster?
What? No! I'm going down to the KFC to protest. They're trying to make me wear a mask when I eat my 3-piece chicken. The fuck are you talking about how to kill a monster?
Welcome to Goosebumps, everybody.
Today we'll be talking about Goosebumps number 46, How to Kill a Monster.
Step 1, run. Step 2, run faster.
Because monsters are fat and they'll have a heart attack if they try to chase you.
Just science.
Science.
Home alone with a monster. Gretchen and her stepbrother Clark hate staying at their grandparents' house. Grandpa Eddie is totally deaf, and Grandma Rose is obsessed with baking. Plus, they live right in the middle of a dark, muddy swamp. Things couldn't get any worse, right?
Right.
Wrong.
Oh, shit.
Wrong.
Damn it.
Because there's something really weird about Grandma and Grandpa's house. Something odd about that room upstairs. That one that's locked. The one with the strange noises coming from it. Strange growling noises.
Before we get into this fucking book, let's go to Amy for the shot.
Hey guys, today's shot is How Tequila Monster. Tequila, hypnotic, Monster energy drink, grenadine. More like tequila bartender.
We'll wait.
Oh God.
Faster. Now, gentlemen, I'm no expert, but this looks like fucking period blood.
Intro shot.
Yeah, period blood.
Well, we might as address the elephant in the room since clearly from the description they're staying with Grandma and Grandpa, and that's a rule.
Yes, meet our protagonists, Gretchen and Clark, who are staying with their relatives.
Grandma? Gretchen. Oh. And this must be Craig. It's Clark.
Well, Gretchen's grandparents.
Yes, this is Goosebumps first step-sibling.
Yeah, step-siblings with, and they talk about the whole divorce relationship and everything, which was kind of interesting for a Goosebumps book. Staying with a relative.
This book is so fucking boring. Nothing worthwhile happens until like halfway through. And even then, what starts to happen isn't that worthwhile.
Well, that's interesting because I noticed when the monster came in is literally like the halfway point, and I was like, wait, what the hell happened in the first half of this book? And it's really just them arriving, hanging out with their grandparents. There's there's really no spooky scares or anything.
The only thing they
I saw
try.
some eyes. Oh, it's the dog.
No. Gretchen and her stepbrother Clark are going to stay with their grandparents in this weird kind of castle-esque swamp castle. It's made of like bricks. It's got like three windows.
While their parents go to Atlanta for something.
There was a work emergency. Clearly, as we'll get into how irresponsible these family members are.
This is the most negligent family situation.
The adults in this book are so very
negligent. This was
negligent.
the most negligent writing.
Aren't your grandparents supposed to pick us up at the airport? Well, they're getting kind of old, you know. My dad says sometimes they forget things. Yeah, like us.
So Gretchen, Clark, and their dog, their golden retriever, Charlie, are staying in this swamp.
Charlie! Charlie!
Charlie! The kids aren't gonna get that reference. That's too old now.
Charlie! Charlie! Charlie!
I'm right here. What do you want?
So they're staying with their grandparents in the middle of this swamp. The grandparents don't have a phone. Their car is currently broke down and out for repair. And it's just this swamp in the middle of nowhere.
There it is. Grandma's house. Nice place. Does anybody actually live in it?
This episode is brought to you by Hands. It's also brought to you by Monster. Mix them together, and you have a hamster.
Oh, we're gonna try the hamster right here.
Why wouldn't we try a hamster?
Hamster! The hamster, when you want to be drunk and also stay up till 3 a.m.
When you want to be drunk and just not pass out.
Needs more hot sauce.
So Grandpa's deaf, he's hard of hearing. So and Grandma loves baking. And
Rhubarb pie. Boy, does she love rhubarb pie.
my rhubarb pie is so sweet, it'll make your teeth fall out.
Which I really thought the rhubarb pie was gonna have more.
Well, they brought it up so many times.
Well, and I thought it was gonna be
Were you-
what kills a monster.
Well, I thought his teeth were gonna fall out.
I did too. The way it was set up, it's like, oh,
No.
Einstein's
There's
Ghost
in this
Riders.
book there was no such thing as setting anything up and paying anything off.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Why don't you kids go explore this giant castle? You might find something cool. Like Grandma and Grandpa don't know what the fuck is in their house.
This is the worst fucking setup.
Oh.
Spoilers, Grandma and Grandpa have a fucking monster locked up in their house and they're telling their grandkids to go explore.
Well, but don't go into that room.
There's one room you can't go into.
And it's the one that we have locked and left the key in the door.
That's just the
An old storage room full of...
old stored thing.
Maybe tomorrow Clark and I can look around in there?
No, it's dangerous in there. Things might
Fall over. You wouldn't want to get crushed by a...
by an old stored thing now, would you?
Page 16. I heard a lot of stories about swamp monsters. Could they be real, I wondered? Little did I know that I would soon find out the answer to that question the hard way. I think that's our foreshadowing R.L. Stine bullshit shot. That one rule.
That one rule that still doesn't exist.
So the first half of this book is basically them like, oh, hoy hoy, we're in this old house of our grandparents and our grandparents.
With a missing staircase that a kid almost falls down.
Yes. So
From the
they're
third floor.
they're exploring the house. The grandparents don't warn them about two things. One, there is a fucking monster in the house. Two, that there's just a random hole that goes down 2 stories in the house.
A legit monster. Like, this isn't some bullshit Goosebumps thing where it turns out to be
Be
like...
a child molester.
They let the monster out by accident. It starts chasing them. They keep locking their dog in different rooms to keep it safe. I'm like,
It takes
people
the
are fucking
monster
idiots.
half a day to go down 2 stories.
So they go downstairs looking for Grandma and Grandpa. Gone.
Who've also gone, locked them in the house.
They hear the car and they're like, oh, they got the car back. Great, we'll go get them. And they try to run out the front door.
Grandma and Grandpa left them. They realize all the doors are bolted from the outside. So then they try
Nailed
windows. The windows are nailed shut.
It's locked. What?
Son of a bitch.
Oh, hey, there's this giant gaping hole. I bet we can trick the monster into falling down this hole in the
Through the old stairway.
through the old stairwell. So they basically play their little game of cat and mouse. Monster falls down the hole while they're holding onto the banister and climb back up, and they're like, hey, I think it's dead.
I think it's dead.
It's still alive. It's still chasing them.
And it's pissed off, which they did point out a bunch of times. Is like, well, it did just fall, and now it's way more mad.
So they race down to the kitchen to get away from the monster, and that's when they find 2 letters labeled 1 and 2 on the fridge. So this first letter left by Grandma and Grandpa basically says, there's a monster, we trapped it a couple of weeks ago. We didn't want to tell you about it because...
Or your parents.
Because we wanted to see you. Don't open the door, we're going to get help with the monster. Don't bother telling your grandchildren this, just leave a letter.
Take them with you. Be like, hey, car's done, guys. Let's go.
The grandparents left a second letter, but we don't get to read it yet because the monster has come down to the first floor and is coming into the kitchen. And that's when Gretchen gets the idea, oh, let's load up one of the rhubarb pies with everything underneath the kitchen sink to try
turpentine, rat poison,
bleach, whatever, everything to poison the monster. So the monster comes in, they're hiding underneath the table, sniffs around, eats some other shit, and then it finally eats the pie with all the poisonous shit in, and then collapses.
You hear this, monster's not dead. Gretchen grabs a shovel and slugs him right in the stomach. Harry Houdini's him right in the tummy.
Charlie's all barking at the monster and like charging it, and the monster kicks it and Charlie goes flying across the room. Does that count as animal abuse?
What if we do a hamster, since it is animal abuse? All right, hamsters for animal abuse.
Hooray.
And he like, ooh, and he grabs her, and he licks her. He's like, ugh.
He licks her first, because I know when I'm having food, I lick it first, like a piece of steak.
How are you gonna taste it?
That's true. And then, the monster, who...
Bob's licking the monster!
Oh, boy.
That probably has coronavirus on it.
And then the monster goes, oh, are you human? So the monster can suddenly speak and has never spoken before.
Speak English.
It can speak English, and it goes, are you human? And Gretchen goes, yeah. And then it goes, oh, I'm allergic to human.
And just dies.
Is it really dead this time?
They break out of the house. The kids finally get out of the house, and they're like, oh wait, what about that second letter?
And they open it up and read it, and it's like, oh, if you do kill the monster, whatever you do, don't leave the house, don't go into the swamp, because the monster has brothers and sisters. And sure enough, as they're reading this, they hear all these whistles in the woods around them, and they're like, oh, great.
I would assume their brothers and sisters, they're all going to be allergic to humans, so what the fuck do they have to worry about?
Oh. Dark ending.
Yeah, all you have to do is spit on them.
Dumb ending.
Dark ending.
Dark ending. Dumb ending.
Dumb ending.
Who wears a sweater vest in the bayou?
Stay out of the locked door! Damn, her tits are hanging way the hell down.
Like that he stuck the finger in the bowl. He's like, I'll be putting that finger in your butt later, little Clark.
A little bit of spicy lube.
Who can sleep without a blanket or a sheet?
I don't know.
That's weird to me.
An old storage room full of...
Old storage thing.
That's Grandma and Grandpa's dildo room.
Clark, I know you're in there. I can hear you.
I can hear you jerking furiously.
I'm not eating any more of that Gumby stuff. Listen to me. You were right.
It's Pokey, damn it.
Oh,
that was Godzilla.
He's like a Godzilla monster. Oh, I love this guy.
Is it really dead this time?
We don't know till it poops itself. That's pretty close.
Okay.
Clark, the monster was allergic to you. Cool.
God, it looks like they're covered in semen.
That was the episode. It too sucked, except for the monster exploding at the end because it's allergic reaction.
I'm going to dissent with you. It took the stupid reason of the grandparents leaving the kids, and it actually made it better. Grandpa was out hunting in the swamp, found this creature, thought he killed it, brought it inside. That was a little better than them knowingly having a live monster.
Why would you fucking bring the monster home?
You're gonna put it in the gumbo.
I thought it was a fine episode, which doesn't make up for the fact that the book was shit.
Well, then why don't we just hop right into that? Jason, what do you rate this book?
4 out of 10.
Bob.
Because it was a turd, I'm giving it a 2.
A turd and a 2.
Turd and a 2.
I'll just split the difference. I'll give it a 3. It wasn't great. There was some...
2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do me a favor and just have a seat right over there on the other side of the bar. I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm a reporter for Dateline NBC.
Couple shout outs here. Jordan from Cuyahoga Falls says, my brother Brady and I have been big fans of yours for quite some time now. It's Brady's birthday coming up, and I was wondering if you guys could send him a book signed by Ned, Bob, and Jason.
I think we did that.
I think we did that. So happy birthday, Brady. Probably like a year ago. Thank you to Brian Walters from Madison, Indiana for your donation.
Grassy ass.
Here's a note from Joseph Vieira. Thanks, guys. I just had 4 shots in solidarity. I don't want a shout out. Well, too bad, Joseph Vieira.
Get a fucking shout out, you
Joseph Vieira.
dick.
Joseph went on to say, Max is the most underrated DWG member. Egg Machine. Need an Amy Max spinoff. They were made for each other, just like Bob and Gayson. A romance for the ages. Here's a note from Matthew Emery. Thank you guys so much for the constant entertainment. Every time there's a new video, so once a year, my girlfriend and I set up a time to watch it. Please stay healthy during the coronavirus. What's a coronavirus?
It's from China.
Well, Jason, what's our next book?
Well, Bob, our next book is Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns, Goosebumps number 48. Put one head in front of the random shot.
During these uncertain times, we just want you to know that Drinking with Goosebumps is here to ensure the safety of the actors and the consumers alike. We've taken extra precautions and measures to ensure that all the books are cleaned.
Cleaned with a bat.
That's right, Ned. We here at Drinking with Goosebumps are doing the best we can to maintain social distancing. Oh, are you done with that?
I licked every page, yeah.
Oh, then can I go?
Let me give it a shot. I got every page too.
Oh, why did you lick it? You actually licked it.
I mean, I think Bob did lick it.
No! I tried to say like a...
Well, I licked it.
The page... Just like 25 years worth of children's grubby hands on this book.
From a
goodwill. You know what we haven't done in a long time? The random shotski, which I think automatically enables social distancing. Hey Bob, I can barely see you down there 6 feet away from my shot glass.
Huh?
I can barely hear you, but I sure as shit can smell ya.
That's not funny.
Drinking with Goosebumps.